Welcome to Chamber Talk on the Fairfield Media Center. So we decided to continue moving forward with Chamber Talk, working with the Chamber of Commerce while KMCD continues to retool and figure out how they're moving forward here in the future. So we wanted to be able to pick up and continue bringing you guys updates on what the Chamber of Commerce is doing. One of the things that we do have planned is Fairfield Media Center is going to be working with the CoLab, which is where our new office is, and we will be setting up a podcasting setup inside the CoLab. So it will be known as the CoLab Podcast Studio, and we'll be able to continue doing chamber talks. We're going to continue doing the Carnegie Spotlight, and hopefully expand these kind of programs for you guys so we can continue giving local kind of news and local updates to keep you guys informed on what's going on. So, but I heard that you just got back from a vacation recently.
I did. So the chamber gets real busy a couple of different times of year, and I feel like I live here, and my house was a little bit disarrayed. So it took a whole week to get it back in time.
We live in our houses. So
I live in my car, but my house is nice and organized, and my OCD feels better about life.
That's awesome.
And being able to continue Chamber Talk is really important because it's a vital service for our members. With events being so important in town and not having one location where you can kind of hit everybody with that information, we're hoping that maybe this can be that one place.
Well, and what we're hoping, in the future, not only can the audio from these be used in other things, whether it be on KMCD or a Tumble Radio or, however the future may hold, but being able to hit the different social media platforms and other different venues that people go to for information.
Absolutely. And we'll have member guests sometimes when they've got things going on, meet our new members, upcoming events. It's going to be all the great things about the chamber.
Speaking of upcoming events, Chamber Chatter.
Do you feel like you're always missing events? Like you find out when you hear the music on the square, or when somebody tells you about something that they went to and you're like, well, I didn't even know what was happening. You're obviously not getting Chamber Chatter. So Chamber Chatter is a newsletter. It comes to your inbox every Monday morning at about 8 a.m. And it has all of the events that week, all of the events that maybe have an RSVP deadline coming up, anything that comes down from like the Department of Labor or Small Business Administration or any of that kind of stuff. We put it in there, and it is becoming really very robust as we are getting more people to put their stuff here.
I know Fairfield Media Center, we subscribe to it, and it has all sorts of different things going on, whether it be your business after hours, your leadership Fairfield stuff going on. And I'm just seeing on here, you have a treasure hunt coming up in July.
That's right. I believe that's next weekend is the Fairfield Treasure Hunt weekend. So these are retail sales for businesses downtown. It is not just for chamber members. Non-members can pay an additional fee and also be on our treasure map. And then it's also citywide garage sales. So this was supposed to be the following week, but then Ragbri came and said, we're coming to Fairfield. And we thought, well, that'd be nice. They can shop. But then we realized nobody can actually get around town that day. So it's probably not a great time to come to the square to shop if there's 20,000 riders and 3,000 support vehicles.
Might be a tad crowded there, but still worth coming out, volunteering, helping.
Absolutely.
You're just not going to be able to drive anywhere close to the square.
Yeah.
So.
And the best thing about Fairfield Treasure Hunt Weekend is if you go to a vendor location, one of the retail sales, there is a pirate item. The person who's running the store can show you where that's at, or you have to find it in some of them. And then you take a selfie, you put it on any social media platform with the hashtag Fairfield Treasure Hunt Weekend, and we're going to give away some chamber bucks. I believe last year we gave out 4 $20 or $25 chamber bucks checks.
Awesome.
And it's just based on whoever puts a picture up, and if you've got something fun, and then if you find me in the pirate costume and you get a selfie with me, the check can double because I'll be in a pirate costume all day.
Right? I was going to say, I noticed the skeleton in your window over here, a pirate skeleton.
He's advertising. All the people that go over to around us for Mexican know about it. And the post office. We're in a great location. People come for lunch in their mail. They have to see my office.
I'll say, you guys really do have a nice office, really close to the square. If you guys don't know where the Chamber of Commerce is, what's the address here?
It is 204 West Broadway. We are right next door to the post office.
And then what other services does the Chamber provide for those who may not be members but might be looking for resources?
Absolutely. So we have a bulletin board right outside. Our entryway is open 24/7, and anybody can put a poster there. You don't have to be a member. We do take them down from time to time if they've been up there for a long time or the date is out of date. We have a lot of visitors come in. We seem to be one of those few locations who have consistent business hours. So we've got pamphlets and brochures and business cards for a number of our members and a number of our friends, we'll say. And so you can come in and get those things. If you need a recommendation, we have recommendations for literally everything. If you need help finding somewhere, we regularly get people who will say, hey, I've been going around in circles for an hour. How do I get to the convention center without getting stuck in the one way, right? Like, because our town is very one way and people still struggle with that. So we are here for just about anything. We have lots of meetings. And it's myself and our chamber administrator, Lindsay Wan. We make all the things happen.
And Lindsay's on vacation this week.
She is. She's enjoying the sun and fun. It was her time to take some time off.
That's awesome that you guys are able to do that. I know you guys have limited hands to be able to do everything that you guys do, and you guys do a wonderful job doing it. So being able to enjoy your guys' breaks, I'm sure, is a key to that.
Well, and we're so fortunate because we have a working board. Our board understands we're not a resume pad. There are those boards that you go to one meeting a month, you say what you say, and that's all there is to it. When you get into a board, which is something that we will be talking about in our next level leadership program, is how to be a good board member and how to make sure you're getting on a board that makes sense. Because if I just want a 1 hour, once a month meeting and you join my board, you are not going to be happy and I'm not going to be happy because I'm going to have to keep lecturing you about, I don't see you at events and I don't see you helping. Our board is a working board and every one of them have their blood, sweat, and tears in every event that we do.
I know I'm on the Carnegie Museum board, and it's the first board that I've officially been on. And it's been great so far. The museum's definitely trucking forward. But I know I'd definitely be interested in going to something like this to know, how I can be the best me filling in that role.
Absolutely.
So that's an awesome thing you got going there.
Yeah, so Next Level Leader is our Leadership Fairfield 2.0 version. This is our 10th year. So in honor of that, we created a whole new curriculum where I'm not teaching all of it. We have experts in our membership. We have experts in our association memberships. And so other people will come in and teach a lot of it. I'll teach parts of it. And it'll be less about the behind the scenes tours like the first one is. And it'll be about actually developing those leadership skills, from etiquette to public speaking to those difficult conversations and how to give and take criticism, which is really hard. Because if you're a Libra like me, you would pay somebody $10,000 to not have controversy or conflict. I'll buy you a present, but please don't be mad at me.
Conflict resolution is one of those things I think in today's society, we're kind of lacking that skill to a degree.
I can't teach that one.
Definitely a good thing to be a part of. So definitely reach out to the chamber, see how you can be a part of that. As far as chamber members are concerned, what kind of things, how easy is it to sign up to be a chamber member, and what are the benefits?
Yeah, absolutely. So being a chamber member is super easy now because we have a new website and we have a new backend database. So you can go online, you can join the chamber, you can pay your membership, you can do all of that online. And then I get a message that says you have a new chamber member, and I go, oh my goodness. And then I send you this really very overly enthusiastic email about how glad I am that you joined our family. And then we set up a one-on-one meeting and we go through all of the different things that come with your membership. So our job is to connect our members, promote our members, support our members. So if you're struggling, when we have a business who says, my POS system just isn't doing what I need it to do, can you help me find something better? Or I need to do some updates, but I don't have the money for it. What grants are potentially available? And then we celebrate you at the annual awards banquet every year. So by being a member, you can win one of those awards, come to the banquet. You can join our Leadership Fairfield class. You do need to be a member or you do pay a higher fee. You can join our ambassadors and meet all of the new businesses in town. Our ambassadors are our goodwill branch of the chamber, and they are wonderful people who go out and speak all of the great things that happen at the chamber. You can have anything in chamber chatter. You can put anything on our community calendar on our website. You can host business after hours and member mixers. You can sponsor our events where, for example, at Barnyard Bash, there's 1,000 people are going to see your logo. So if you get a booth for $100, then 1,000 people are going to interact with you, because Barnyard Bash for us is one of our 2 events where we want to give back to our community. And so businesses come and they have some interactive family events. So like for us, we have a kiddie pool pool full of bubble stuff. You just have to make sure that your board member is not downwind. Sorry, Johnny and I still feel bad for that.
But what kid doesn't like bubbles?
It's so wonderful. And we get this magic powder from Amazon that makes the giant bubbles. And so we have a contest to see who can make the biggest bubble. And these kiddos are just covered in it. And we say there's no lifeguard on duty. Please don't get in the pool. But, you know, their little kids are going to get in the pool. And we have like, I don't know, 50 or 60 blow-ons. So it's a great time. In the sponsorships for the events, you get seen by all the people that are there, whether it's at a member reception. We also host legislative forums where you can get in contact with your local legislators. They tell us what they're doing at the Capitol, what they're working on, and we ask them questions. And then in October, we do a candidate forum. So anyone who's running opposed, we will have them at the candidate forum. It is not a debate. It is a meet the candidate forum. So we pick the questions based on what our members have given to us, and then we ask them of those folks. And we try to keep them wrangled in.
Yep, Fairfield Media Center has been a part of a lot of those, and they can turn out to be kind of interesting sometimes.
Sometimes
but
you
it's
have
a
to put your
good place to be able to interact with our legislative leaders or our city leaders and things like that when it comes time to vote.
Absolutely. I find it amazing how many people have never met their local senator or state representative. So that's an important part. And keeping our young kids involved in those things. So we invite local high school kids. We invite the folks from MIU, from the Maharishi School, because we think that it's important that our children understand that these are the people making the laws that decide how great or not great our life is.
Exactly. So knowing what's going on in our community is a huge part of the puzzle. And, you know, if you're not going to city council meetings or watching them, locally watching them locally on YouTube and on the Fairfield Media Center channel, where we do live stream those, and then they go off on Lisco Channel 9.
Nice.
That you can tune in and be able to watch those as well. Plus, we stream them to our website. So multiple formats for people to be able to get in touch with what is going on in Fairfield.
You can't say you can't find it.
Exactly. So
you also do the school board?
Actually, the school live streams are school board meetings. And so we early on years ago we helped them kind of get going in that, and then they were able to take off and run with it. And so John Grunwald kind of helps facilitate a lot of that stuff. And
friend.
So people creating local content is what we go after. And so we work with them. They give us the URL stuff. We're able to put that and tag them into our playlists on YouTube, and then we're able to download that stuff and be able to air it again on the local channel, Lisco Channel 9. So, but yeah, everything moves forward. So.
And we're always looking for ways to change our membership. So if we hear that a bunch of members wanted, for example, when I first started, we heard we don't know where to even begin with social media. There's too many of them. We don't know how to get started. So we hosted a lunch and learn on how do I get started? Which one do I pick? How do I do it? And we actually helped walk people through that. Now we've partnered with Indian Hills, and we have a monthly coffee break that we sponsor. The next one is on improve your sales strategy. I know they just had one on basics of social media. So we partner a lot with Indian Hills and the SBDC and the Small Business Administration, because we want to be in the know, so that when our members need to know that a law is changing, or that there's a grant coming up, or we are considered a disaster zone, so those folks need to know who can apply and how to apply. We try to get all of that information out as soon as we get it.
Well, and understanding social media in today's world is a chaotic thing.
Yes.
It's ever changing. You've got Twitter becoming X, and you've got a certain demographic on Facebook and another demographic that's on Instagram or TikTok. And so it's how do you get that information out there without driving yourself crazy as a business or an entity?
Absolutely. There's so many of them. So you have to be really cautious that you don't spread yourself too thin, because you need to figure out, first of all, who's my target audience? Who are the people that I'm looking for, and which one are they more likely to be on? So as the chamber, we're a little bit on all of them. We use Facebook mostly and Instagram, but we do have a TikTok that we use for our ribbon cutting videos and some outtakes from Business After Hours. And we've just started playing with X a little bit. So that one's new to me.
We originally had a Twitter account that was linked to our Facebook back, way back when.
Way back when you could connect those things.
Then, as things shifted, that became disconnected, and we actually just got back onto X. And so we're doing posting now on Facebook, Instagram, and on X.
Nice.
And so it's trying to hit the big platforms is what we're trying to go for, where we see most of our traffic.
Absolutely.
And so, but exactly, identifying who your demographic is and then being able to go from there is one of the key factors.
It's huge, yes. So another big thing happening this week is on Thursday, a cohort of folks from Fairfield, including the mayor and the city administrator, and Ed from Grove Fairfield, Paul Gandy from the city council, Amy Vetter from the hospital, and Denise Hall from Fairfield Dental Clinic will be going with me to Main Street, Iowa, to present and bring our application to life. So recently, the city, the chamber, travel, visit Fairfield, Grove Fairfield, all were meeting to make sure we're all on the same page and we're all pulling on the same side of the road, because there is some overlap there. We don't all need to be doing the same things. If I can help them to do what they're doing and give it to them, that's great. I don't need all the logos. And so what came about that was downtown. That was like a strategic plan it was on everyone's strategic plan. So we decided that we were going to apply to be a Main Street. Through the Iowa Economic Development Association, our authority, they pick every other year. They pick towns. They have budgeted for 2 this year. We were told there were 6 towns applying. Only 5 finished the application.
Hey,
and so
those are better odds.
We're getting better. And so we are presenting to them to bring our application to life, because the application itself was a lot. I've done federal grants that were easier than that thing. Oofta. But we got it done, right? But it's a lot of numbers, and it's a lot of, there's some pictures, but you don't get the feel of the community. And we are a very unique community, which I think is one of the reasons that we will be selected. Fingers crossed. And so next week we'll know tentatively, but we got to keep it hush hush. And then if we get it, then in August, I believe there is a huge celebration where they basically come and throw a party and say, welcome to the Main Street family.
Welcome to the club, right?
Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
So just real quick, let people know, what is Main Street?
Yeah.
Again.
So Main Street would be a separate entity. It does not belong to the chamber, the city, or FIDA, or Grove Fairfield, excuse me. It is a separate 501c3 with the express purpose of updating, maintaining, and making the best downtown district. So we drew our downtown district to, for example, Optime, I believe, is the farthest this way. It goes over to that side of the Armory, down to the library, and up to the railroad tracks.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of wiggle waggle in there, because part of it was to keep as many houses out of it. But as you know, in Fairfield, a lot of businesses are in houses, which is one of the things we have to explain.
Housing's always a key issue in Fairfield.
It is what it is, right? And so they will help with facade projects. One of the things that I found most important is if a business owner really wants to update their building, right? They want to do a historic preservation on the building. They want to make it nice. All of those initial architectural renderings and drawings are paid by Main Street, Iowa, not by the business owner, not by the city, and not by Main Street entity here. We don't have to kick anything up. I did hear that a little bit. For example, people thought we were kicking money up to RAGBRAI. We don't have to kick any money up to RAGBRAI either. All of the money that is raised for Main Street stays in Fairfield to improve Fairfield.
That's awesome.
The JCPenney building is a perfect example, and we use that one as we need this building. It has 20 housing units in it. It's got like 12 potential retail spaces in it. There's just so much in that building. And then we've got things like the Mohan Delights. If you didn't know, that's becoming retail space and 10 condoized apartments that are gorgeous with the best views. And the Armory. Alex Stanley is the most amazing person on the planet. That place is so cool already. I am over the moon about being able to host events there.
I've seen pictures here and there of the inside. Fairfield Media Center films Traction Thursdays, and we had 2 individuals from over there come in and explain what they're doing, and just how amazing, and the view and the goal for what they're putting in place.
It's not
it's
like
going to be
anything else.
amazing.
Yes, and it will belong to. And while they will own it, it will belong to Fairfield. They really want it to be a safe community space. When they talked about it at Traction Thursday, I had goosies. And Traction Thursday is a great example of coordinating and collaborating, right? Grow Fairfield, the Chamber, and NewBoCo are all co-sponsors in that to make sure that we keep it going.
Exactly.
And,
And
the
that's
entrepreneurial spirit in Fairfield, people around here are just coming up with businesses and products like that.
collaboration rather than sitting there and fighting with each other over, turf or whoever's doing this or
Your
whoever's
logo
doing
is
that.
bigger than my logo.
I was going to say, I mean, it's working together. It's being
Yes.
able to intertwine to a degree, but be able to stay separate, but being able, not sitting there fighting back and forth over, well, I want to do this, or I want to do this, or you're
Pulling
stepping
on
on
the
my
same side of the
toes, or
rope.
we're all here. We're all one community. We all have limited funds. We all have limited resources.
Well, limited
So-
staff. We at the chamber are a 1.75. I believe Grow Fairfield is about a 1.75, 1.5, and Visit Fairfield's 1. So, I mean, with just 5 people, there's a lot of movement in that. That's why our boards are crucial, our volunteers are crucial, but that's why we have to work together, because if we're all doing this one thing differently, that's such a waste of our time, energy, and talents. So I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. I'm okay with saying, hey, I don't like paperwork. I like people. I don't like paper. It's fine. But there are people that can help you with the paper part of it. So It's
Exactly.
finding those connections. And as a chamber, it's connecting our members.
I know one thing for the Fairfield Media Center is one of our board members, Werner Elmker.
I love him.
Amazing person. And Werner, we have what we would call a working board, and Werner is one of our biggest contributors. Well, one of the things that Werner and I kind of decided on early on is, let's not be showing up at the same event duplicating each other's work.
Yes.
Type thing. So we always try to coordinate. Hey, are you going to be at this one? Okay, I'm going to be at this one. And that way we're not duplicating and literally fighting each other from the inside.
Absolutely.
Type thing. So it really is all about the collaboration and being able to know where your strengths are. Werner is absolutely amazing at getting video footage, putting together a highlight reel, and having that thing up instantly.
He's so quick at it.
He is.
I'm so slow when I have to edit my own stuff. I'm like, do you not sleep?
So a lot of our things, we'll leave the shorter format stuff to Werner.
Yes.
Because he is awesome at getting that stuff done, while we'll focus more on the longer runtime content.
Yeah. Just like Fairfield Productions.
Exactly.
How's that show? How's that movie?
Fairfield Productions is going pretty good. They're on our 6th film now.
Yes.
And it'll be the first 5 years of MIU. So when the Maharishi was coming to Fairfield,
exciting.
and all the stuff that was happening then, and kind of the secrecy of things, and the transition from Parsons to MIU, and how MIU wasn't Parsons, but that necessarily wasn't a bad thing either. So even though everybody wanted Parsons, another Parsons, they wanted type thing. But MIU has been here for over 50 years now.
50 years.
And so Parsons was here 98 years. So they've been here over half the amount of time that Parsons was. And so to see how that has changed our town, a lot of people don't realize that they've been here that long. And so they're already embedded in our history full on.
Absolutely.
And
the Golden
so-
Jubilee was a fun time.
Exactly. So the first 5 years is going to be that focused. Right now, Dick is going full steam ahead into that stuff, and we just wrapped up our first set of interviews. There'll be some more coming up here in a shorter amount of time, but they're moving on forward with a lot of the editing. I'm not the primary editor on this one. Amin Kudera is, and Amin's a great guy. He was our editor, I believe, on our second film, Heroes of Fairfield, and did a great job on that. And so we're really happy to have him participating again.
And your Parsons won all kinds of awards. Every time I feel like I go on social media, I see, and here's another award, and here's another award.
Parsons has done really, really well. It's been one of our better received as far as getting out into the film festivals and things like that. And so we've won a lot of different awards. So we're happy with it.
Perfect. Well, thanks for making Video Chamber Talk. And if you want to be a guest on Video Chamber Talk, just reach out to myself or Jason.
Yep.
And we'll work it out. And it doesn't have to be live at 8:35 in the morning on a Monday. How great is that? Because the amount of people who are like, it's 8:35 on a Monday, why would you do that to me?
So real quick, where can people go to find the Chamber of Commerce?
FairfieldIowa.com.
Awesome.
Thank you, and we will see you next week.
Absolutely.